Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are looking at Little Binge by Bee's Knees Lacquer. This is the last of the unicorn pea polishes that I bought on Black Friday. It has a pale gold base with a green to blue shimmer and a green to gold to red ghost flake. I'm also seeing a purple shift at certain angles, but we'll see that better in the full hand shots later. I clearly did not read the description of this polish because I thought I was going to get a red gold green UP shimmer, and that is not what is in here, nor is that what it says on the website. I don't know how I confused myself in that particular way, but clearly that's what I've done. This is extremely sheer in one coat. Yes, it will certainly be even, but it might just make your nail look stained. This polish might be an acquired taste. I think if you had more olive or darker skin tones, this could look really nice in one. I just don't think this looks great on me in one coat, and I'm loath to say that I will ever do so. Also, sorry for the state of my skin. I decided to use a cuticle remover. That was a mistake. My skin got angry and split in several places. I'm still trying to recover from that. The worst part is that I knew this is what would happen. That's the reason I stopped using it in the first place. And I did it anyway. So not proud of myself on that one. But apparently I did need a reminder of why I stopped. This polish is the other reason I wasn't sure how I felt about Lunchbox by ILNP. I thought the two might share a vibe, and I do not need both. Now that I've gotten Little Binge on the nail, I'm even more convinced that I don't need Lunchbox. In the second coat, it does build a tiny bit, but hopefully you can see it is obvious this is a polish that will never build to opacity. I think you could put on 6 coats and still see right through this. Certainly you could use a yellow cream or crelly underneath, maybe even an orange would be interesting, or a chartreuse. I could certainly see using Cirque's Citron underneath this for a more opaque look. And I'm just going to say I did not buy this because I thought it would complement my skin tones. Because it definitely does not. Although I do think it looks better on me in the full hand shots. When I buy polish, my goal isn't necessarily to color match for my skin tones. I bought this polish because, 1, I have very few yellow polishes and I felt this could expand my collection. But 2, I might swap this in for my Mrs. Puff polish. I know I mentioned the same thing about Island P's Cookie Cutter. I do think Cookie Cutter is the best Mrs. Puff color. So if I do grab that, it will join the other SpongeBob polishes. But if I don't, Little Binge will be the substitute. At this exact moment, I'm leaning towards purchasing Cookie Cutter if for no other reason than that I actually found a light warm-toned brown that I like. That has not happened often. In the third coat, unsurprisingly, this is not full coverage. It never will be. Please do not try. You will just waste your polish. I think now that the polish does have some saturation, it is easier to see the base color. On me, it looks like wheat or maybe a little flaxen. I could see this looking very different next to different skin tones. Unlike the other UP polishes I bought on Black Friday, this one is much more subtle in terms of the shimmer and flake look. We will go into that more in the full hand shots where you'll see it more clearly, because here you just really aren't getting a lot of shifts or angles. Head on in the sun, I think I'm getting a bit of green and a bit of blue from the shimmer. The flakes are looking gold into orange. As I swing around to the left, I'm getting more blue into that purple I mentioned. To me it reads as a bluish purple, an indigo. The flakes become more gold until they are barely visible in that pale golden base. I can see a tiny bit of green in them when my fingers are pointed downward. This is what I meant when I said the shimmer and flakes are more subtle in this base than the others that I've shown. Those are the Scarlet Fox, All My Life I Have Been Selfish, and Crankiness. I think a major contributor to the less flashy finish is that the base is so pale and it isn't a contrasting color. The flakes in particular want to be gold, so they aren't necessarily standing out that much from the background. The red and the green of the flakes are quite muted. In the shade, I feel like I'm seeing a green shimmer shift on my pinky and ring finger that transitions into blue as you look toward my index finger. This looks more purple as I raise them all. The flakes are looking orange but become more golden as I raise them. As I move over to the right, something a bit strange happens. It looks like there is an orange shift to the shimmer when I raise my fingers, but I think that is just the sun reflecting off the brick of the neighbor's house. I don't think that's part of the polish. It really does not change much in this lighting. Any change to the polish seems to come more so from raising and lowering my fingers than from moving back and forth. Because this polish does not look significantly different inside than it did in the shade, we're going to talk about what this polish reminds me of. We are right back at Art Nouveau and Alphonse Mucha. It loves these pale neutral earth tones, the pale golds, browns, greens, and oranges. I think the Slav Cycle 17 with the bold golden sun bathing the pilgrims is very particularly this color. It depicts Mount Athos, which is both very interesting historically, but also very horrifying. It has been a religious site for a very long time, but it has also barred women for its entire history. Because, we pollute holy sites. I wish I was joking. Some very early Christian ascetics retired to this site, basically the most bizarre and fervent. You might have to ask yourself, how many weirdos named Simon were there in early Christianity? And that is all for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe so that I can place numbers on the chipmunks and shoutcast which ones get the most peanuts. Please enjoy a clip of my pregnant chipmunk. You're so big, Chippy. I know. If you are feeling adventurous, try ghouling. Ghouling might be more accurate, actually.